You know what? Even when we made the first episode of the first series, people would always come up to me in conventions and go, "Oh my gosh, I love Fullmetal Alchemist, but have you read the manga?" And I would say, "Well, no, I haven't." And they're like, "Oh, it's amazing." So I always knew that even though the series was good, I always heard from the fans that the manga was really awesome. And when I heard that they were making a new series, all of us at Funimation went like this. Oh no. Because we were afraid they were going to ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't mess with it. You know what I mean? The first series ended so cool and strong and open-ended. And we all talked about how even though we were sad that it ended, we were glad that it ended strong. Because you and I both know there are a lot of series out there that just keep making it way past the time where it was impactful and powerful. And then it just gets dumb, right? They do stupid things, and the characters do stuff that you would never imagine doing. They make up these weird storylines and crazy hijinks. You're like, man. It reminds me of that poem that you may have learned in school. This is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper. It's like, it just kind of peters out, you know, like these shows, some of them, they just ruin them. And we didn't want that to happen to Full Metal. We loved it too much. So we were glad that it ended the way it did. And when we heard they were making another, we're like, oh no. And then we found out that it was going to follow exactly the manga. And I was like, oh, this is good, that's good news. Because I've been hearing from the fans for so long that the manga's awesome. So, yeah, it was very complex, but I really enjoyed that about it too. Yes? Okay, now, see now, the hair, I'm trying to guess who you are. Don't tell me. With the hair, you have to be Armstrong sister, right? Yes! Good. I was gonna say, the hair's too awesome for Hawkeye. I know, right? You could be Sheska too. But that's cool, Sheska's hot. She's hot in that librarian kind of way, you know what I'm talking about? Guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? They take off, they drop the book, and they take off the glasses, and they're like, whoa! I see what's going on.
So, have you read the movie?
Sorry? No. I did the show. Read it? Well, you know what? Here's the problem, you guys. Time. I don't get the chance. I have two reasons why I don't read the manga to shows that I do. Number one, time. There's just not time. And number two, and I think this is equally important, you and I both know, again, the manga is usually different in many ways to the anime. So if you're doing the anime, that can get confusing, right? So the directors and, Funimation doesn't want you kind of messing up your brain with all kinds of mixed signals. A perfect example, and I don't mean to jump into another series here, but Tsubasa Chronicle. I love Tsubasa, and I loved Fi playing that character. The manga is different than the anime, and people would write me and go, hey, Fi this, and Fi that, Kurogane this, and manga this. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm not making the manga, we're making the anime. That's what we're doing, and we're following the anime. So I'm sorry, and so that's one of the reasons why a lot of people a lot of actors stay away from the manga, because a lot of times
raise your hand, Maka. Raise your hand. Maka, raise your hand. Raise your hand for spirit.
Yes.
Raise your hand for spirit.
You actually, in the Brotherhood, when you actually got to see Al.
I loved it.
Raise your hand, Maka.
I love Maxie White.
Raise it higher, higher.
You guys,
higher.
Maxie kicked some out.
Yes.
If you ever get to see her at a convention, you make sure you give her some special love, because it was not easy stepping into that role. Can you imagine? Can you imagine for a minute? Aaron Disney doing such an amazing job with Al in the first series and being loved by the fans and having owned that role.